Have you ever thought about what happens after the adrenaline of a car crash wears off? The dust settles, everyone goes home, but then your insurance company comes calling. Welcome to This Explainer, where we're going to dive right into the exact steps you need to take to get your official accident report in Nevada. It's the foundational document you absolutely need for insurance claims, legal situations, or even just your personal records. And as it turns out, getting your hands on it isn't always as simple as making a quick phone call.
But first, let me ask you this. Did you know that failing to report even a minor crash in Nevada could actually lead to a suspended driver's license? Startling, isn't it? But it's absolutely true. Under state law, failing to properly report a crash when you're required to can trigger some serious penalties. We're talking fines, potential criminal charges, and yes, losing your license. It's an incredibly high-stakes administrative duty. And honestly, a lot of drivers are completely unaware of it until it's way too late.
So, here is the crucial number you need to remember. $750. Any crash involving an injury, a death, or property damage exceeding just $750 triggers a mandatory reporting requirement within 10 days. And let's be real, given the cost of auto repairs today, a seemingly minor dent or a scraped bumper can easily exceed that $750 mark. That basically means the vast majority of collisions on Nevada roads require formal, official documentation.
Okay, so here is our roadmap for This Explainer today. 1. The crucial crash document. 2. Finding the right agency. 3. Requesting your report. 4. Costs and processing times. 5. Troubleshooting and driver duties. And finally, 6. A real-world example and wrap-up.
Let's start with Section 1, the crucial crash document, and why this single piece of paper matters so much.
You see, insurers and civil juries rely heavily on these neutral observations. A police report effectively locks in the facts of the incident before memories start to fade. It documents the exact weather conditions, the precise point of impact, and it captures those vital witness statements right at the scene. It also notes whether any citations were issued, like a DUI or a failure to yield. Having this early objective map of the incident is practically indispensable when you are trying to prove what really happened.
And why is proving what happened so important? Well, because Nevada uses an at-fault liability system. Simply put, the person who caused the crash is the one who has to pay for it. Insurance adjusters are unfortunately going to look for any reason to deny your claim or shift the blame back onto you. Securing that official report is quite literally your best, most bulletproof defense against an unfair insurance denial.
Moving on to Section 2, Finding the Right Agency and Navigating Nevada's Decentralized Records.
Now, what's really interesting here is that Nevada does not have one giant unified state database for all crashes. You can't just log into a single website, type in your name, and download your file. Instead, the records are held exclusively by whatever specific law enforcement agency investigated the scene. If you send your request to the wrong agency, you'll face some major processing delays or just get outright rejected. So figuring out the exact geographic boundary of your crash is step 1. If you were on an interstate or a state highway, like I-15, the Nevada Highway Patrol, or NHP, has your report. But if you were on a municipal street in Vegas, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department holds your file. Same goes for Reno or Henderson. You need to go directly to their local city police.
Now, for highway crashes specifically, NHP actually routes everything through 3 distinct command centers. You really need to know which command covers your crash site. Northern Command West handles the Reno and Tahoe areas. Northern Command East takes care of Elko and those eastern rural routes. And the Southern Command manages Las Vegas, Boulder City, and the surrounding southern highways. If your accident was severe, involving a fatality, or if you need to request the physical photographs from the scene, you have to route your request directly to the specific regional command center that holds jurisdiction over that area.
All right, Section 3, Requesting Your Report. Let's look at who can actually get it and exactly how you apply. The standard procedure comes down to 3 precise steps. First, confirm that investigating agency, which we just walked through. Second, gather up your crash metadata. The records department is going to need the exact date, the nearest cross street, the names of the drivers involved, and, this is the big one, the report or event number that the officer gave you at the scene. Finally, you submit your request and pay the required fee online, by mail, or in person. Hitting these 3 steps accurately makes sure you won't get caught in a frustrating bureaucratic loop.
But keep in mind, not just anyone can stroll in off the street and ask for your report. These files contain highly sensitive personal and legal information, so Nevada strictly restricts access.
It is generally limited to folks with the direct connection to the crash. We're talking the drivers, passengers, vehicle owners, their authorized insurance companies, legal reps, and the immediate family members of deceased victims. Be prepared to prove your identity when you make that request.
Section 4. Costs and processing times. Here's what to expect when you finally file.
You're probably wondering what this is going to cost you out of pocket, right? Well, standard fees across Nevada usually hover right around $10 to $13, though they do vary slightly by department. For the Highway Patrol, grabbing a standard report online through their crashdoscs.org portal is $11. If you need physical copies mailed, it's $10, and if you want those crash scene photos, that's an extra $5. Over at the Las Vegas Metro Police, as of a scheduled update for July 2026, the online transaction fee is $13. Just a heads up, for almost all online requests across these agencies, you are going to need a credit card handy. Now, there is one absolutely vital exception to these fees that we need to highlight. Under Nevada Assembly Bill 193, victims of domestic battery or sexual assault are entirely exempt from these costs. They receive their reports completely free of charge. This is a crucial piece of legislation because it removes financial barriers for vulnerable victims who desperately need their official paperwork to secure their legal rights and their safety. When it comes to the timeline, patience is definitely key. These reports are almost never available on the same day as your crash. The Highway Patrol requires a minimum of 7 days before a report even hits their system, and it can sometimes take up to 14 days. Las Vegas Metro generally asks that you give them a 10 business day processing window. High caseloads, a bad storm that causes a spike in crashes, or just a really complex investigation can easily push these timelines right to their maximum limit. Let's look at Section 5, Troubleshooting and Driver Duties. Namely, what on earth do you do if the police never actually showed up to the scene? This happens a lot, actually. If law enforcement doesn't investigate the scene, a traditional traffic collision report literally will not exist. In that scenario, the legal burden shifts entirely onto you, the driver. You are required to generate and file what's called a Report of Traffic Accident, more commonly known as an SR1 form, directly with the Nevada DMV.
If you recall from earlier in our explainer, if there's any injury or if the total property damage looks to be $750 or more, filing this SR1 is absolutely mandatory, and you have to do it within 10 days of the crash. You've got to submit this form along with a formal repair estimate from a licensed garage and a photocopy of your insurance card. But here is the silver lining. Under Nevada law, the information you put on that SR1 form is strictly confidential. It's used for administrative tracking by the DMV, and there's no way it can be used against you as evidence in a civil or criminal trial. However, like we said at the top, if you fail to submit this form when required, you risk some major state penalties, including getting your license suspended.
Finally, Section 6, a real-world example and our wrap-up. Let's put everything we've talked about all together. Imagine a driver gets into a collision out on Interstate 15. Because it's an interstate, the Highway Patrol responds to the scene. Knowing the timeline, our smart driver waits the minimum 7 days and then goes straight to the NHP's online partner, crashdoscs.org. They type in the specific format for their case number, usually NHP followed by 9 digits. They pay the $11 fee with a credit card, and boom, they instantly download the official PDF to forward to their insurance adjuster. Notice how just knowing it was a highway crash immediately pointed our driver to the right online system. That little bit of knowledge saved them weeks of waiting and a completely fruitless, frustrating trip down to the local city police department. Your ability to smoothly navigate this decentralized system can literally make or break your insurance claim. It is what ensures you have neutral, objective facts on your side when you need them most. So, knowing how absolutely crucial this single document is for your financial and legal recovery, I want to leave you with this question. Are you prepared to track down your report if the unexpected happens on your very next drive? And before we go, please remember that the information provided in this explainer is for educational purposes only. Laws, fees, and agency procedures can and definitely do change over time. You should always double-check with your local responding agency or consult the trusted attorney for advice tailored to your specific situation to protect your rights. Until next time, stay safe out there on the roads and always know your rights.